All right, guys, so it is Wednesday. I'm on lunch right now. I'm gonna grab a workout. This morning after PT, I hit shoulders, but I couldn't fit it all in just because PT ran a little later. So during lunch right now, I'm gonna hit arms and finish off the workout, which kind of works out well because lately I've been rushing this workout and I haven't been able to get a lot of volume in for arms or as much as I'd like to on this day. So for PT this morning, it was a HIIT training workout. We did about 10 repetitions of hill sprints, just keeping the pace a little bit faster than we would run like our 2-mile split time. Macros have changed a little bit. I manipulated carbohydrates. So my current macros are 250 protein, 400 carbs, and 75 grams of fat.
With tea for two and two for tea. With tea for two and two for tea.
So today is 2 weeks into the cut. I woke up this morning at 219 pounds. So in the past 2 weeks, I've lost about 3 to 4 pounds, like 1.5 pounds per week. And some people might say this is a lot, but my weight adjusts very easily, especially in the Army with PT. Our energy expenditure for PT is never the same. So, like a lot of the times if I was dieting, normally I'd go maybe do 20 minutes of cardio 3 times a week, where that energy expenditure is the same. But when I'm either expending 1,000 calories doing a ruck march or 100 calories doing a push-up sit-up workout, it really changes my weight, and I don't adjust my macros based off of that at all. But just to kind of talk about what, in my eyes, makes dieting easier, and to give you a little bit of background. So the last time I cut in 2013, my macros when I first started the cut were 250 grams of protein, 75 grams of fat, and 325 grams of carbs. And then fast forward 3 years later, right now, starting my cut at 250 grams of protein, 425 grams of carbs, and 75 grams of fat. So I was able to diet at 100 more grams of carbs. Reason being is consistency. I was consistent with tracking my macros, often at once, depending on what I was doing in the Army for the past 3 years. My last cut, I didn't start tracking macros ever until I first started that cut. And you'll see people that don't track macros, and their weight doesn't change much. They have trouble losing weight or gaining weight because there's not much consistency in their daily intake. And then, for example, with me, tracking my macros, I can change my weight, I can increase my weight or decrease my weight pretty easily by very small adjustments. So being consistent with tracking over a long period of time will allow you to make these small changes to your diet, but in the end result, they make these big changes to your body composition, whether that's increase in muscle mass or a decrease in body fat. And that consistency over a long period of time can increase your metabolic capacity, so the amount of calories you can actually consume at maintenance, which makes it a whole lot easier to diet when your food and your calories are high. So like one of my biggest tips is maybe it's not a good time for you to start cutting yet. A lot of people either want to cut or bulk, and that's not always the right answer. Sometimes it's maintenance. Stay at maintenance, maybe a little above maintenance while you're growing, but allow your capacity of food and calories you can eat to increase so that dieting is easier when you have to.
Picture me up. Picture me up. My dreams. Me. Picture me.
All right, so right now it's about 8 p.m. I've been running in and out of meetings all day. This is going to be my dinner. One of my biggest tips to make dieting a whole lot easier is volume and fiber. So this quesadilla right here is super high in fiber. And then I have this whole bag of lettuce right here, which is a bunch of volume. So in this bowl right here, salad and fat-free Italian dressing is about 15 grams of carbs total for this whole thing. And then this quesadilla right here, now these are whole wheat tortillas that are high in fiber. There's a 1/4 cup of refried beans in there, which is high in fiber. So this whole meal will help you stay fuller longer, and you'll have that feeling of satiety. So as well as the refried beans in the tortilla, there is 6.5 ounces of chicken breast and then a serving of mozzarella cheese. So I'll have the macros and the calories on the screen. But these ingredients right here in this meal are what a lot of my meals right now are made up of, just because they help me stay fuller for longer periods of time, and they're just super convenient. I can make this whole thing in about 10 minutes. What is it? It's like 9:40 right now, about to head to bed. I brought up Magnetic sponsoring my last video. I'm like 60% of the way through that book. Absolutely awesome. Highly recommend it. The next one I'm reading is called Influence. So I'll keep you posted on what that one's like. But I downloaded the Kindle app. You can read books on there for, whatever you buy the book for online. I bought it on Amazon for like $5 a book. But the reason I decreased carbs from 425 to 400 is to give me a little bit of a buffer when I go out on the weekends. So I mean, like this weekend I'm going into Seoul, and I'm sure like every weekend I'll go into either a Seoul or a surrounding city, get local food. It gives me like 600 calories of a buffer for one of those days on the weekends. So either like Saturday or Sunday. That way, like going into the city, I don't really know what I'm eating when I go into like eat street food. I don't know the macros. I really don't know what the food is made up of. So it gives me kind of just like a backstop, and like I said, a buffer to have those extra 600 calories, so it doesn't really mess up my progress I made during the week. So go in a little bit more of a deficit during the week, so I can kind of enjoy myself on the weekends. We're going to switch PT up a little bit this morning. We're going to do like a combat focus workout. So we're going to do Humvee pulls and water can pushes. Something that's a little bit different to improve some morale and give the guys something other than going on a run or doing push-ups and sit-ups every day. So I know I talked about pre-exhausting muscles prior to going to like multi-joint exercises. So leg day today, for my squat workout, I'm doing 10 reps, 4 sets at 315. Prior to this though, I pre-exhausted with extensions and curls. And I did a little bit of research and read some studies. There isn't really significant results pre-exhausting the muscles with isolation exercises prior to going to multi-joint exercises. It doesn't make a huge difference. It might help work on weaknesses. So say like on the squat, if you pre-exhaust your hamstrings because your hamstrings just are over-dominating the lift, and you can put a little bit more stimulus on the quads. That's one aspect or one perspective of doing pre-exhaustion. Main reason I do it though is because it makes squats a whole lot more comfortable. And that's why I'm going to keep doing it. It puts blood into the muscles, and going deeper into the squat, my joints feel loose, they feel warm, and I feel I can stay more in a neutral position, and it takes some of the pressure off my lower back, because doing like higher volume squats, it's going to put pressure on your lower back, and just putting some blood into your quads, your hamstrings, for me personally, just really helps with that. Alright, so last night I posted something on Instagram just asking what you guys wanted to hear in regards to cutting. And if you're not following me, it's at Bear Performance Nutrition. But I like using like posts to interact with you guys to find out a reference point of what problems you guys are facing or what you want to hear me talk about. And a lot of the questions were, how do you maintain muscle mass and strength during a cut while you're in deficit? And the biggest answer and the easiest way to explain it is take it slow. So slowly decrease calories, increase your deficit over a longer period of time, and that will ensure that you can maintain as much muscle mass as possible. Like in the beginning of my cuts, my diets, I actually get stronger. I feel stronger. Like right now, my belt is loosening up a little bit, my insert belt, but I feel stronger in the lifts just because my body composition is changing a little bit. But the deeper you get into a prep or a diet, and it really depends on what your end goal is, if you go deep enough, you'll lose a significant amount of body fat and a little bit of muscle and strength. But you can minimize that by taking it as slow as possible and only making changes when you really have to. A lot of people will make these drastic changes and significant decreases in calories right from the get-go, or adding in too much cardio. And when you're in too much of a deficit, that will hurt your strength gains and the muscle mass that you've put on and you earned over the last couple months while you're either like maintaining lean bulking or bulking. So take it slow, slowly decrease your calories and enter the deficit, and that'll kind of help you maintain that size and strength as you go deeper. So right now there's like 3 places that I really spend a lot of my time at, almost all my time. Work, which is like 50 meters that way, my room or the gym. And because the op tempo at work is picking up, we're getting ready for a lot of training, I have to put that much more time in the evening into my businesses that I'm trying to grow and build right now. And the one thing that we're working on, you probably saw in the beginning of the video, the Bare Performance Nutrition t-shirt. I'm going to release t-shirts here eventually, but I'm still working on designs, materials, fabrics, and sizes, because we're going to build it from scratch. Because if you're going to do it right, right? So apparel will be down the line eventually, something I want to start incorporating just to build some more brand awareness, and it's walking marketing for the company. And then the pump product that I've been talking about, the biggest thing I'm struggling with the pump product is Customs has been seizing a lot of people's packages coming over here. And because I'm in Korea and my supplement manufacturers in the States, the packages are getting stopped by Customs. And you gotta like imagine, my supplement company that manufactures my stuff is sending me like a bottle with a little bit of powder in it. It's just so I can sample the flavor and the ingredient profile. And they're probably, what I'm imagining, Customs is getting this little bottle with a little bit of white powder, and I'm like, what is this? What is this? But the pump product will be made and formulated in the way I did formulate it, is you can use it in conjunction with all other products. So they work well together, but then they can also work independently. And like my vision behind my products that I formulate is sustainability. So like, for example, with my pre-workout, it's not something that's going to jack you up in the beginning and then crash you mid through your workout. I want something that's going to sustain you through the entire workout, and it's something that comes over you with just increased energy, focus, endurance, and pump, and overall just a great profile. And then as well with Intraflight, I'm sure a lot of you guys know, everyone's hitting me up on Snapchat right now. It's receiving their products lately, and you guys are absolutely in love with it, and everything on the site is 5 out of 5. So if it's something you guys want to check out, my vision, my mission is to create supplements that are geared towards modern day athletes, sustainability, and overall effectiveness. And that's our mission, and that's what we strive for: effectiveness and improvement, continuous improvement. So if you guys want to check it out, the link is in the description box below at bareperformancenutrition.com. That is the video, guys. I will talk to you in the next one. The next one, I will be in Seoul on kind of like my free meal day and just exploring the city.